At the beginning of the story, we meet a 45-year-old widow named Sharon. A few months earlier, someone stabbed her husband to death on his way home at night, and the killer is still unknown. Sharon is completely devastated by her loss. She has a son named Anthony, who is also deeply saddened by his father's death. This period was incredibly challenging for Sharon, yet she managed to care for her son while maintaining her work. Following her husband's death, all forms of excitement faded from her life, and she grappled with loneliness. Sharon also has a police officer friend investigating her husband's case. He meets with Sharon and assures her that he will soon find her husband's killer. This officer has known Sharon since childhood, since they both attended the same school. He likes Sharon, but she sees him only as a good friend. On the other hand, Anthony is in college, but he is new there and is also a bit shy by nature. Because of this, he is not able to make friends. A boy troubles Anthony, but then a boy named Dylan, who is 19 years old, comes there, and seeing him, the boy leaves. Dylan is attractive and smart in appearance, and due to his charismatic personality, people get attracted to him quickly. He is quite famous in the college. Anthony sees a girl in college whom he has liked for a long time, but could never gather the courage to talk to her. Dylan notices this, and goes to that girl and talks to her. Then he introduces that girl to Anthony. Anthony feels good talking to her. After some time, when Anthony is in the locker room, Dylan comes there. He asks him why he is helping him so much, to which Dylan replies, "I found out that your father is no more. I understand how hard it is to grow up without a father. My own father took his own life. Now I live with my uncle, so I can understand your pain." Slowly, both of them become good friends. One day, Anthony takes Dylan in his car and brings him to his house. Anthony introduces Dylan to his mother. Dylan looks at Sharon with strange eyes, which Sharon also notices. Then Anthony tells his mother that he has organized a pool party at their house, where many of his classmates are going to come. At night, at Anthony's house, his classmates are having fun in the pool. Dylan is also there, and the girl Anthony liked has also come. Anthony and that girl start talking to each other. Sharon sees her son happy for the first time since her husband's death. She feels good seeing him happy, but Dylan is giving her strange looks, which she has no idea about. After a while, Dylan comes out of the pool and sneaks inside the house without wearing a shirt and enters Sharon's room. There, he starts looking carefully at the family photo kept on a table. Then Sharon suddenly enters the room, which surprises Dylan. Sharon asks him what he is doing there. Dylan makes an excuse and says that he had to go to the bathroom, but came here by mistake. Then he looks at Sharon and says, "I know how it feels to live without a husband, because my father is also no longer in this world. I miss him a lot." Sharon feels bad for Dylan after listening to him. After this, Dylan thanks her for letting him have a pool party and leaves from there. Meanwhile, Dylan comes to know that Sharon wants to sell her second house because the memories of her husband deeply haunt her in that house. This house was gifted to Anthony and Sharon by her husband. In the evening, Dylan goes to see the house with Sharon. There, Dylan tells Sharon that he lives with his uncle, and his uncle wants to buy a house. Sharon starts showing him the house, and both of them start talking to each other. Sharon starts getting attracted to Dylan, and Dylan also notices this. Dylan also gives Anthony the number of the girl whom he liked very much. Anthony starts feeling that he has found a true friend. Now Dylan's visits to Anthony's house increase, and Sharon is also happy with his visits. The next day, when Sharon is in her office, she gets an email that contains information about her old affair. Sharon gets scared after seeing this. She immediately tells her office secretary about it. Her secretary advises her to tell her police officer friend about this because he has been receiving such emails in the past. They have been meeting for a few months, but Sharon does not want anyone to know about her past affair, so she doesn't tell anything to her officer friend. Meanwhile, in college, Dylan tells Anthony that he should go on a date with that girl. Anthony gathers courage and asks the girl out for dinner, and she agrees. At night, Dylan brings the girl in his car to Anthony's house. Dylan gets out of the car and Anthony sits in the car and goes on a date with the girl. Before leaving, he thanks Dylan for giving him the car, and Dylan stays at home until Anthony comes back. Sharon and Dylan are sitting inside the house and talking. Both share many things with each other. Sharon tells him that she feels her husband never cared about her. Then Dylan tells her to tear up the book written by her husband. Sharon does the same and feels good. Dylan doesn't let her feel lonely by talking to her. After some time, when Sharon is taking a shower, she feels that someone is watching her. Sharon sees that it's Dylan, which scares her, and she asks, "What are you doing here?" Then Dylan takes off his clothes without saying anything, comes to Sharon, and starts getting close to her. Sharon does not stop him, and both of them come close to each other. Anthony had dinner with that girl in a restaurant. Afterward, both of them stop the car at a place and kiss. Then, Anthony drops the girl at her home and comes back to his house. At home, Anthony tells Dylan that he had a good day with the girl. Then, Dylan takes his car and goes home. Dylan's house is small, and his lifestyle is just a pretense. He even borrows a car. Here, it is revealed that Dylan is the one who sent Sharon those mails, and that he used to send letters to her. Becoming Anthony's friend was also a part of his big plan, for which he had been waiting a long time. The next day in college, the same boy teases the girl and says, "You're dating Anthony?" The girl doesn't reply. Then the boy says, "Anthony's friend Alan is not a good boy. If you don't trust me, you can check the file kept in his office." Sharon is at her home when she gets a message from Dylan, in which it's written that he wants to see her other house again. At night, Sharon goes to her other house, where Dylan is waiting for her. Dylan comes to Sharon, and both start kissing each other. Then we see that a car stops at a distance, and someone inside starts making a video of them. Dylan and Sharon go to the room while kissing and come closer. The next day, the girl comes to Anthony in college, and shows him a video in which her mother and Dylan are kissing. This means she recorded the video from inside the car last night. She tells Anthony, "I trusted that boy and secretly checked Dylan's file in the office. Then I found out that he is 21 years old and left his studies long ago. I was called to your other house, where I saw your mother with him. But he had called me there on purpose so I could see them together." Hearing this, Anthony quietly leaves from there, and the girl also starts to leave. But then, Dylan comes to her, snatches her phone, and saves the video of him and Sharon kissing on his own phone. The girl angrily takes her phone and starts to leave, but Dylan follows her. Sharon is at home with her assistant when she finds out that someone has uploaded the video of her and Dylan kissing online. Sharon gets upset after seeing this. Then the doorbell rings, and Sharon sees that her officer friend has come. He tells her that she has been removed from her husband's murder case because the case was not moving forward. Sharon tells him everything about her video with Dylan, and she also tells him that she used to get many emails and letters about the affair earlier. The officer feels very bad after listening to Sharon and says, "If you had told me all this earlier, then maybe I could have solved the case." The officer also feels hurt after knowing that she is involved with Dylan because he loves her very much. Sharon apologizes to him, but in anger, he leaves from there. Anthony is alone in the house when he gets a message from his girlfriend, and she calls him to Dylan's house. Anthony leaves on his bicycle, and after reaching Dylan's house starts calling, but the house is locked. Then Dylan comes from behind, attacks Anthony, and makes him unconscious. Actually, Dylan had messaged Anthony from his girlfriend's phone. Then he sends a message to Sharon from the same phone and writes that Anthony will stay at her house tonight. After some time, Sharon gets a mail, which was sent from the same account. Sharon used to get mails from him earlier too. In the mail, Sharon is called to meet at her other house. Sharon tells this to her officer friend as well, and takes the car to reach the other house at night. There, she sees a video playing on a projector. Then Dylan comes from behind. Actually, Sharon once had an affair with a man, and that man was Dylan's father. But when everyone came to know about their affair, Dylan's father killed himself out of shame. After this, Dylan's mother also died from an overdose, leaving Dylan completely alone. Dylan held Sharon responsible for this, so he befriended Anthony and got close to Sharon so that he could take revenge on her. After this, Dylan takes out a knife and tells her, "With this knife, I killed your husband, and this is the same knife with which my father killed himself." Sharon gets very scared, but Dylan gives the knife in her hand and says, "You too will have to take your life the same way my father did." He further says, "I have caught Anthony, and if you do not kill yourself, then I will kill him." Sharon doesn't listen to Dylan and starts running after attacking his leg with the knife. Then the officer reaches there. Sharon tells him the whole truth. He takes a gun and starts searching for Dylan, but Dylan has already fled from there. Now Sharon and the officer go to search for Anthony. They go to Dylan's house but find no one there. Then they start looking for him in the nearby forest. In the same forest, Anthony and the girl are tied to a tree. After a lot of effort, they pull the rope and untie themselves. Meanwhile, Sharon and the officer also keep moving forward in the forest, but the officer stops due to exhaustion. Suddenly, Dylan comes from behind and attacks him with a knife, due to which he gets injured and falls down. Dylan takes the gun from him and points it at Sharon. Then Anthony comes in between. Dylan angrily says, "Go away. Your mother is responsible for my father's death." Then the girl attacks Dylan from behind. Now everyone starts fighting with Dylan. Sharon hits Dylan on the head with a gun and makes him unconscious. She is about to shoot him, but Anthony stops her and says that the law will punish him. Sharon agrees with Anthony. After a few months, she is shown dating her officer friend, while Anthony has forgiven his mother, and their relationship is getting better again. And the film ends here. I hope you enjoyed this story. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. See you in the next video.